Hands up. 1, 2. Well, hopefully that works. Welcome to the Rolling Coynes Podcast. I'm Ross.
I'm Crystal.
Welcome to episode 15, where we recap our 24th week of Jiu-Jitsu. And your...
Wow, 24, so we're almost at half a year.
Whoa. Dang. I keep trying to make a joke about how we sound like the NPR hosts of a jiu-jitsu podcast.
Very
sleepy, monotone.
And today well, we're doing it at the end of busy weeks and at the end of the night.
2 kids.
After bedtime.
We're tired.
After hours podcast.
I didn't introduce our guest on the podcast today either.
Today we have Turnip.
The bearded dragon that we are babysitting.
And has some jiu-jitsu tie-in because it's one of our professor's daughter's bearded dragons. And I thought I'd bring him out. He's sitting on my chest right now, hanging out, because why not?
He looks way more at home with you than he does with Jake, me and our son.
Yeah. Yeah, the little one, I set him on the cushion by the window earlier in the sun just to let him hang out. And our youngest was very interested in him. And I could kind of tell that he was side-eyeing him, I don't know about this little one.
Bro. Well, it was it was a slow week for us. We're kind of doing this here today out of habit and routine because
it was going to be pretty easy for me to say, we can skip this week.
Yeah, there's not a ton to report back.
Yeah, I have a topic though, and something just to talk about, kind of more generally, less to do with my week and more just for the greater population, to kind of ponder. So we'll get there. Maybe we start out.
I'm so sorry.
We usually start out with my week, so maybe we'd start out with the summary of your week.
Okay. I actually got two days in this week.
Okay.
And
Two's better than 0.
Yeah, I got in Monday night, and it felt amazing. I was so happy. It felt so good to be back.
Yeah.
It just felt good.
Socially.
Yeah. Just getting to get my wiggles out again.
Mm-hmm.
I really missed it.
It
and
is.
Surviving a class.
Yeah.
After not knowing how my back was going to respond.
Yeah.
So here, I take notes after every class, and here are, because usually I write down everything we learn in as much detail as I can, just to go through it visually in my head, and then try to put it to words.
Yeah.
And remember as much as I can. But this is the notes I took this week. Back better. Oh, actually, I've also started putting a smiley face rank on every class, whether it's frowny face, neutral face, or smiley face. So we got a smiley face for Monday.
Okay.
And it said back better, X-guard defense, learning was a bit of a wash, nice light rolls.
Okay. Which is what you need when you're coming back from an injury.
Yeah.
Learning was a bit of a wash. Why do you say that? Because you had missed so much before that it was hard.
It was the coach was like, hey, we're going to, professor's out of town. So while he's out of town, he's been teaching us a lot about X-guard. We're going to learn how to defend against X-guard while he's not looking.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, okay, so, you go from a butterfly sweep into X-guard and then
Yeah, he was recapping what we'd already done probably
for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, for the last 2 weeks.
At least. And I was just like, oh, and I got partnered with somebody. It was his first time not only doing jiu-jitsu or being at the gym, but doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm the right person right now because I don't know what we're doing either.
Yeah.
But thankfully, our coach was like, just don't worry about, just start from X-guard.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that was fun. I forget my train of thought anyways.
Well, I just kind of, So it was hard to keep up with the training.
Yeah.
Or the
learning was a wash because it was building on things I missed. So I just kind of went through the motions and kind of flubbed it a little bit, but it was really fun rolling or like, goofing around with this guy.
Yeah. Who you said was like giggling and just like having a great time.
We were both like giggling and like smiling the entire time.
Yeah.
And like,
that's great. I mean, that's the attitude I think I hope that more people can come in with that. This doesn't need to be like a life or death situation. It's supposed to be fun.
It was funny because we were both just like, just drowning in like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But luckily I knew enough that I was just like, hey, just trust me. I'm going to put your leg right here. And just like, would just kind of like shove him in.
Yeah. I mean, trying to figure out like where to place your legs for X guard is hard enough if you know a little bit.
Yeah.
How'd your back feel before, like during and after?
I don't have any memory of it, so I'm sure that means it felt fine.
Yeah. I think you woke up the next morning and you're like, ooh, I'm sore. But that
was Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think after Monday too, you're like, yeah,
really?
I'm a little sore, but I don't think it was like I'm injured.
No. One thing that was really weird, it felt like my butt muscle on the side that spasmed was so sore, like I had done like a really intense leg workout.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of happens, but it never usually feels this extreme. Like it felt very, very sore, like to the touch.
I think that might have less to do with your back injury and more to do with what we were doing
with the X
because
guard.
A lot of people were like complaining of single-sided soreness in different muscles down the chain. Like my calves have been incredibly sore from doing this because I flex my feet so hard in X guard.
Yeah.
And then other people were like, "Oh, my hip or my butt or my
my hip butt was
quad.
Sore.
Yeah.
Sore.
Yeah. So it's just kind of funny how we all use different muscles.
Yeah. And we did like positional sparring, which was great. And then I got to do like I wasn't going to roll.
Mm-hmm.
Like I sat out basically. But a friend was just like, hey, will you roll with my wife? I was like, sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
And then I ended up rolling with this guy who was like visiting.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, hey, I'm coming back from a back spasm. So I'm toning down my intensity. So if it feels like, what is this guy doing? That's probably why.
Yeah.
And like what you'll feel.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, no problem.
Cool.
And it was fine.
Yeah.
And like we were talking, it was kind of coming out of Monday night. It was almost like there was a bit of a silver lining to this whole thing where I'm like, oh, like it forced me to slow down, not use strength, and focus on technique,
mm-hmm.
which everybody talks about.
Yeah.
And it's, I'd always had this like thought of like, yeah, cool. But how do you really do that? Or
how do you flow roll? How do you,
Yeah. And so this time it was like, well, if I want to do this, I actually do have to like slow down.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I've heard people say that. Yeah. Like an injury will in a way help you make kind of a leap in your progress.
Yeah. It was interesting.
For that reason, probably.
It was a very different headspace I'd ever been in.
Yeah.
And I was never afraid to get choked out, right? Or like try something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I never, like Ben Bernanke says like taking my ball and going home. Like I never just like curl up.
Yeah.
And just like turtle out or whatever. And, and don't engage. Like I'll engage. But I'll do it with like intensity. Mm-hmm. I've learned.
Yeah.
Which allows me to kind of like evade getting submitted, I think, just because I can like muscle my way away from the person. But now it's like, it was just like, well, okay, here we go. Gonna get choked or armbarred, and just gonna have to accept it in a way.
Yeah. I mean, tapping. You can tap.
Yeah. So it was fine.
Cool.
Yeah, it was just definitely a different headspace. And so taking that away, I'm like, oh, I hope I can hold on to this a bit and really actually try to use technique.
Well, and I mean, there would probably be a phase. I would hope that you would approach things the same way next week.
Yeah.
Just like with some caution. And there will be days when you're tired or whatever, or you'll get to roll with other people who are dealing with the same thing and be able to roll with them in the same way.
Yeah, with a different understanding.
Yeah. Or be a better partner. Not that you're not a good partner, but be a better partner rolling with women or smaller people.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good lesson.
So Monday was great. And yeah, I was, like you were saying, I was like kind of achy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back Thursday night. And Thursday is the advanced class. And this class was tough.
So like intermediate and up, right?
Yeah. And I had asked the owners, like, should I come to this class? And they're like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
You're okay. Like, okay, cool.
They just say, like, we're not going to slow down for you.
Yeah. And which I'd never felt behind in any of the previous classes I went to, as far as like,
not able to kind of get through it.
Right. But this week, professor came back and was like, all right, so we're just going to like drill what we learned for the next 7 minutes. All right, 1, 2, go. And I was just like, oh no, like I shouldn't be here. Like I really shouldn't be here because I have no idea.
Yeah.
And my partner was great and took me through it. And I picked it up quick. So that was nice.
Yeah, and I mean, 7 minutes was 7 minutes each, or like you guys are splitting up the 7 minutes back and forth.
Splitting up the second 7 minutes.
Yeah, so like he can do his 3.5 minutes, and then he just has to be patient for 3.5 minutes in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Well, we were going back and forth, but it was fine.
Yeah, but in total.
Totally.
Yeah.
So immediately I was like, I had got like nerves. I was like, oh, I have no idea what I'm doing. And if I get partnered with anybody but him, I'm going to feel clunky. Like I'm going to have to go through this again of being like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to slow anybody down.
Yeah.
Well, we get through it. And then we did like positional sparring, which was just like maintaining and getting out of mount. So I was like, like dodge the bullet. Great. I can do this. Like, and so we did that and my back felt great, held up. But again, this class was kind of rocky for me. So I came out of this class a bit like spun up and kind of bummed or just feeling weird. Yeah. It was just a trying class. And so when it came time to roll, I was like, great, I'm done. Like I felt like you said, I felt sore. And I left the mat, which apparently don't do that. You're not supposed to leave the mat. And so another black belt.
At least with a very structured gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and so another professor was like, hey, if you're coming back, don't leave the mat. And I was like, oh shit. I'm like immediately and like so embarrassed.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause you just don't want to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And no one told us that.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of instances where it's like, hey, maybe we should have some sort of etiquette 101 for people who join.
Yeah.
It's not just like, here's how to tie a gi.
Never got belt. Any sort of etiquette. It was all trial by fire.
Yeah.
But I ended up like kind of just like going through my stretches while everybody was rolling. And there's another member who I really like. Like I've really come to like him. Not that I had any reason not to at any point, but it was just like getting to know everybody.
Yeah.
And he was just like, hey, like, you sitting out? Do you want to roll? And I was like, he's like, we can flow roll. And I was like, well, how do you do that? And he was like, well, you just don't use as much energy. He's like, keep your grips, but just don't use as much energy. I was like, okay. But I also feel like you need to know what you're doing because I don't know what I'm doing.
Like, yeah.
He's like, a little bit, but don't worry. Let's go. And it was really great. Like, it was very slow, very deliberate. I was like, okay, cool. Like, kind of loosened up a bit, like made it through. And then like this other guy who is like this very intense roller was like, and like I'm hyped that he
very friendly, very macho,
very friendly, very macho, like wanted to roll with me. And I was like, oh, that's nice, but I was like, oh shit. I was like, hey, mind flow rolling? Cause coming off a back Sebastian was like, Flow's my middle name.
Which, if you know this guy, you're like, no,
you're
it's not.
I mean, imagine there's always these guys at every gym, right?
Yeah.
It's like, just imagine the guy who like, probably wouldn't be your first pick to go flow roll with.
Yeah.
But otherwise a great role and a good dude.
Yeah.
And so like, it was kind of like halfway, like pretty much immediately I was kind of getting squished and like twisted up, you know, and I just had to like breathe, relax, and just kind of allow it to happen and just try and find my way, what I could do. And like, and to his credit, he didn't go full fart, but it was still intense.
Yeah. I felt the same way because I rolled with him for the first time last week too.
Yeah. And so halfway through, he's like, "We're flowing, right?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." But came out of it, bowed out, all that. Class went great.
Yeah.
Spent the rest of the time stretching, or, you know, the time after class. And driving home, I was like, "Oh no, my other side got tight." And so I was like, "Oh," like got on the ibuprofen and all the protocol, because it felt, what it did feel like was, it was like on the threshold of spasm.
Yeah. You know, like, oh, this area is tight.
Like, ooh, like this feels like, you know, dangerous or whatever. So I was like, so my head was just messed up from like being embarrassed from walking off the mat and all that. And I was just like, so I had like, Monday was a great class. Thursday was a very trying class, but still a good class.
Yeah.
And, you know, by the end of Friday, my left side was back to normal. And I was just like so relieved.
Yeah. And you've made it through a very busy weekend.
Yeah. And
good.
Everything's fine. So I'm looking forward to going back tomorrow night.
This isn't the topic I was going to talk about for my week, but I think that one interesting takeaway that I have from your week, and I think we've both experienced this, is it's not often that adults get to do new activities that are so like structured and have so many rules around them. And we don't get into situations, or at least we don't put ourselves in situations as adults where there's like that discomfort of learning. Like there's a lot of like, oh yeah, I'll go to a F45 class, or I'm going to train for a half marathon or whatever. And like, there's physical discomfort there, but I feel like everything is like handed to you. Like it's very softballed, you know, like, yeah, sure. You might have to like learn a new move, but it's not that crazy. I feel like the discipline that comes with martial arts, the discomfort that you feel like physically, emotionally, like it really breaks you down.
Yeah.
And
my
so when
ego.
you're already, the ego gets just beaten down. It's an interesting experience to go through as an adult, because I think kids go through this all the time. Like it's the experience of being a youth, and especially like a teenager, when you're like, I think I got it figured out. And you're like, no, I don't. And as an adult right now, we're like, I think I have my life figured out. And then you're like, oh, I just made such a stupid mistake. Yeah. And I wish that I know that I could have done something to avoid that. But like, there's no way that we're going to be able to avoid discomfort learning jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Emotional, physical, spiritual, ego, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, how often do adults, I mean, unless you're in the military, I guess, but like, or like dealing with police, and then even that, you see people spaz out.
Oh yeah.
When they have to deal with like authority. Yeah. And that's like where the Karens come from, like where they have to speak with a manager.
Yeah. I mean, part of it probably is that, right? It is like, oh, how often as an adult is someone else other than your boss like in charge of you?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to find a good gym, because like the power dynamic, you got to trust those people who have that seniority, you know, and you respect them if they deserve that respect, you know?
Yeah. I mean, and like, as cool as the professor was that like told me like, hey, we don't, you know, like, don't leave the mat. Like my brain was still like going nuts of like running in these,
trying to defend myself in these
crazy scenarios in my head. And I'm like, he even came over. I was like, nah, man, it's cool. Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're like, okay, how do I like defend myself? Like verbally, obviously you're not going to.
Yeah. No, but like verbally, like,
how do I make my ego
okay with this?
like feel comfortable again because I got embarrassed.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like my ego just got crushed. It was like my back hurts.
Yeah.
I'm stupid. I didn't know that I couldn't leave the mat.
Yeah. But you recovered.
Yeah.
And it's good for us, and we learned from it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's kind of funny. The notes that I took were very similar. Another smiley face, even though I was embarrassed and my ego was crushed.
Ended on a high then.
Said X guard sweeps, back same as Monday, learning a wash again, easy rolls.
Good.
So
that's nice.
Yeah. And I'm trying to sit with better posture because I was just editing the video from our last week and I looked like a pile of mashed potatoes.
I'm a pile of mashed potatoes because I have a little baby on me right now and I don't want to disturb him. I hope he's warm enough. I'm like holding on to him to like offer him warmth. Okay, my week. I also only went to 2 days this week.
Yeah, what happened?
And that was very hard. We'd already talked about this, but have been commuting into the office 4 days a week. Should be 5, but we're trying to have a little bit of flexibility. I have a very long commute, and I don't go to bed early enough. So, I mean, it's a combination of things. I'm trying not to like make excuses because that's not helpful. But I plan on going right now. Like, I'm trying to hold myself to Monday and Thursday mornings, Tuesday and or Wednesday evenings. And then if I don't make one of those evenings, I'll probably start going to the women's Saturday class. Work was crazy. I just got put on a new team. I just found out I have a new boss. We have a new boss's boss, and we have a new boss's boss's boss. Like, everything at work has changed in the last 6 months or so, but a ton has changed in the last 2 weeks, especially since I started commuting into the office. I feel like it's all good change. I'm very excited about it. Like, I honestly was like looking for other jobs about 3 weeks ago. And since all of these changes have been put into place, I'm like ready to kind of ride it out for a little while. I think part of that is golden handcuffs.
Yeah.
Like, financially, it doesn't make sense to try to go for some little like boutique-y type of agency and, you know, trade off quite a bit of salary for working remotely. I just have to like tough it out for a while. And I think that's my kind of like, I'll jump ahead really quickly and come back to it, but that is my takeaway from the week is sometimes life is the priority. Mm-hmm. And it feels a little bit right now like I'm battling with, is jiu-jitsu this like fantasy hobby that I have that I had unrealistic expectations about before when I was working from home and had a lot more flexibility with my schedule and that honeymoon phase? Or is it something that I can still commit myself to and I'm just in a busy phase of life right now?
Yeah.
So I am struggling with that because I did deal with something similar when we were doing CrossFit where I was getting really competitive and like making really great progress, and then found a new job in the field that I'm in right now. It started to become more demanding. It just wasn't conducive to kind of going into the gym and doing doubles and all of the things, which now looking back, I'm like, I absolutely could have done it.
You think so?
I didn't have kids. Yeah, I absolutely could have done it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like faced with that again, and it sucks because at that point before, like, I felt like I just completely lost something that I loved, and I didn't have the same feeling about CrossFit after that.
Yeah.
Because I had lost like the like something to work towards. All of a sudden it just became like a hobby to exercise, and I know that I need a little bit more than that to like keep me stimulated,
engaged.
So I'm going to come back to that and just kind of recap my classes. I went in on Tuesday evening, and same coach that was covering for the usual Tuesday coach was there, and he also did like X guard defense, and it was no gi. So it was kind of nice just to get like some like different grips and stuff I hadn't done before, but was relatively familiar with X guard on the bottom. So my partner and I drilled decently, you know, still felt a little bit awkward, but I always feel a little awkward. And then that class, I think we rolled 4 times.
Yeah, I think you were like, I was
smoked. I was feeling so out of shape. I was like, okay, if I can't go into the gym to do jiu-jitsu, like I got to get out and like walk on the treadmill, ride the bike, like do some squats, do something to keep up with some fitness because it hurts. Doing 4 rolls in a row. I mean, some people can do double that and be perfectly fine. So I was like, I really want to like build up my endurance a little bit. But it was great rolling with people. I rolled with like the girl who I'd partnered with. She's a blue belt. We're about the same size. The guy that you were talking about, Mr. Flo, which like he actually does really great with women rolling. He'll kind of like slow it down a little bit, not use all of his strength, and every once in a while just like squish the shit out of me. But I was like laughing the whole time. I feel like our coach is kind of like keeping a protective eye and being like,
don't hurt her.
Yeah. But they were really good friends too. So I'm sure that he would have been like, no, don't.
Didn't the coach
come up?
Yeah,
he was like going to like drag his ankle or something or like
come
help
up to
me
grab
out.
your...
But the round was almost over. And then I rolled with another brown belt who is also just like really safe, but like turns up the intensity. Like he's always doing like barambolos and stuff. I always feel like I'm like, where in 3D space is this person right now? And I try really hard to like move to keep up with him. So I was absolutely gassed after that roll. Actually, I think I rolled with him second. So I rolled with him second, and then I rolled with the purple belt after that, and I was so tired. And then I can't remember who I rolled with last, but I was like, I just want to like lay down and give up right now. But that class was great. Felt good to be in. Just a little bitter, you know, because I wanted to go in more. Told myself I was going to go in the next evening, and then work got crazy and I just wasn't able to make it home in time, I think.
Yeah.
And then, I would have been like Tuesday class, I basically came home, said hi to you guys, and then went straight to the gym.
Yeah.
And like the mom guilt was strong. I felt really, really bad because then the next morning I just had to like wake up. I got to hang out with you guys in the morning, but then I like turned around and went to work.
Right back to Seattle.
And so I was like, I can't do that again. And so I just forfeited Wednesday evening class to like hang out with the boys for an extra hour and do bath time. And then I told myself I would wake up on Thursday morning for class, but I think that Wednesday I had I didn't have an 8 p.m. call. I was just exhausted. We didn't get to bed early enough, and I didn't wake up on Thursday morning. That's right. Thursday morning I had an 8 a.m. call, and so I would have had to like scramble home.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I just can't.
It just kind of stacked up
too
on
much. And then Friday evening, I think we wanted to just like hang out, and I haven't been like feeling confident enough to go to that class because you had mentioned that the wrestling class, they do a bunch of like gymnastics as a part of the warm up. I'm like, I don't want to hurt myself.
It's 90 minutes. It's a lot of cardio.
I've hurt myself. I'm like fine with that, but like I've hurt myself trying to do some stupid gymnastics moves, and so I'm really cautious about that right now. And then I got to go to Saturday class. You were taking a rest day, and so I was like, I have to get like one more day in this week, move my body, release some stress. Saturday was great. I think we did the same thing I did on Tuesday, but it was gi instead. Someone that I usually partner with was there, so we partnered together and just kind of took it easy drilling. Had another 3 or so rolls, and it was kind of, I felt, it was funny, on Tuesday I was like, okay, like I'm doing all right. I'm learning some jiu-jitsu. And then Saturday I was like, I suck. Yeah,
that's right. You were like, I actually felt like I did jiu-jitsu tonight.
Yeah, I was like, I think I'm like keeping up and like doing some things. And then on Saturday I think I'm just like moody. I know I'm moody right now. And so I was like, I don't think I like asked someone to roll with me and they like hesitated for a second. And I think they were just really tired, but I was like, they don't like me. They don't want to roll with me.
Yeah.
I suck at jiu-jitsu. I was having a moment. But you get over it. You're fine. Get those endorphins. Yeah, that's my week.
I'm curious what the blue belt blues are going to be like.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I wonder if we're experiencing a little bit of that early. Like I've been thinking a little bit lately about, should I compete regularly or not?
What made you question that?
I think that like I got a little, like winning the first tournament and winning 3 matches has put me into almost like a fear state of like, well, you're not bound to win them all. And so, like, are you ready to lose? Are you ready for the feeling of losing after winning the first one,
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, I'm super competitive, so I'm going to do everything. If I'm going to compete again, I want to do everything possible to avoid losing, right? To win. And then I'm like, can I put enough of myself
into
preparing to feel like I've prepared enough to not lose? And then backing out from that, if you do that, how much are you taking away from other things that require your time and attention? Mm-hmm. And then I think like this all connects together, which is this just a hobby to move your body and have social time with people and like slowly learn some new skills over the span of a decade or the rest of your life potentially? Or is it something that like you can and should put time into when you are, because I'm sure it'll ebb and flow, but like if you are into it right now, put yourself into it, like put time into it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just introspective this week. Just thinking about, I think I'm bitter more than anything. I'm bitter that work is really busy and that I can't go as much as I want to because I still love it. And obviously. And
Hold that train of thought.
Okay.
The camera made a funny noise, so just pause.
Yeah. Well, we should just pause because I'll put him away too.
And we're back.
Okay.
I forgot that when we do long recordings, I have to open up the back of the camera or else it overheats. So it shut itself down.
Oh.
So we'll see if it works.
That's okay.
To further spin you out on what you were just kind of talking about, not only, I mean, I could see how like the chain of reason might even take you to a place of like what you were talking about with CrossFit, where you're like, well, if I don't have that carrot,
yeah,
do I want to do this at all? And all of a sudden it's like,
because I don't want to chase belts.
Yeah.
Right. So you're like, okay, is it just like, is the carrot like just showing up to class? Like just get there. Like that's the goal. The goal is just to show up, to learn something, and to go home. Like that's tough, right? It's hard for like something so small to be the motivator. I'm sure that you could find something, right? It is good to set goals, but I don't know.
And do you think losing would have that big of an effect on you?
I think that, like, emotionally, like, no. I think it's more so, like, okay, so if I lose, yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I could see part of me being like, oh, well, I lost, so now all of a sudden I get, like, really neurotic, because now I'm like, well, I don't want to lose again, so now I'm going to go even harder.
And I didn't put my best foot forward.
Yeah, and like you like want to dive into it more, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. I don't know. It's pretty normal for people to just like compete every once in a while, once a year, once a belt even.
Yeah, I heard somebody say once a belt.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I haven't competed yet. I don't know how I'm going to react or respond to it.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem... It seems on paper that seems logical.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem realistic.
I think maybe here's where my head is at right now, and this just kind of came to me. I think I'm at a point right now where I can choose to be, and you can always change your mind, so it's not really that big of a deal. But like right now, I feel like I'm at a point where I can be Crystal who does jiu-jitsu and competes, or Crystal who does jiu-jitsu who competed. And like I have a choice right now to just be like, yeah, I just do this once a belt, or I do this once a year, or to be like, I like competing and I'm going to keep doing this.
And would you travel?
Yeah. You're asking me.
Yeah.
Would I travel?
Yeah.
I mean, again, does it take away from the family? Does it, you know, is it feasible?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Is it feasible? Is it worth it? You know, if it was just like the caliber of competition that we just did.
Are there any other competitions around us?
There's some up in Everett. And then occasionally the like IBJJF Open comes around. So like that would be cool to experience a different type of competition. And so if it like came to Portland, I'm like, oh yeah, I think this year it came to Portland. In the past it came to Seattle. So it's like if it came to Spokane or Portland, and like, yeah, maybe just drive to that one to go check it out, try something new. And then I don't know if it's a part of the Open Series or if it's like a completely different event, but I know that they also put on an event for Masters, and I don't think you have to qualify for it. But they don't do as many of them, or maybe they only do one. And so that's one where you like people will travel to it because the people who are really good in their Masters division want to go like test themselves against the rest of the people that are also good.
And what competition is this?
This is like the IBJJF Masters something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Masters. Open.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Just noodling on it. I think it's like I'm just battling with prioritizing and how much, you know, if I have 1 cup of water and all of these different cups, how much water can I put into each cup? And just remind myself that like sometimes you can take some water from 1 cup and put it into the other, and none of those cups will be empty forever.
Yeah.
But there are some cups that like have a minimum requirement, family and job being 2 of them.
Yep.
And I like love that family has the minimum, and I wish that one would be full all the time. And I hate that I have to pour so much of my cup into my
that the
work
minimum
bucket.
on the work cup is actually quite high.
Yeah, especially right now. The minimum has risen recently because I have all this new stuff I'm trying to learn.
When we first started this, we were talking about it as like a cup filler for you.
Yeah, I think it still does. And maybe it's not lately because I haven't been able to go.
So maybe not going is taking away.
It is, but also, where's the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this week, I think I don't know. I just got to be on the A game. If I want to do all the things, then everything has to be done correctly.
Well, I'll say that the boys did not show any negative effects to you.
Being gone 4 days.
Running around doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And driving into the office.
Yeah.
Which, hallelujah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and I have to remind myself too, it's like it's half the week. It's not the whole week. It's not, and also like we're very grateful, very fortunate that, and this isn't, a dig at anyone who has to do this, but I do feel very fortunate that our boys are home with one of their parents. So, if both of us had to work full time and they're in daycare, it would feel even harder because it would be like one of us must be with them during every free moment of the day. and they're not quite old. I think once they get old enough to like come hang out at the gym, then all of this will be different.
It changes.
It'll be so much easier. So Saturdays will be a whole nother ball game. I mean, noon classes, even like if they're not distracting, like you could do a noon class and have them go hang out on their iPads in the corner. So it just opens up more options for us.
Yeah. Here.
Yeah. So yeah, next week, my goals are get my butt out of bed, wake up earlier. Wake up earlier every day of the week because I'll be able to get ahead of the things that I save for the evening if I wake up in the mornings, before our son wakes up.
Go to sleep on time.
And then, go to sleep on time. It's already 9:10, which like terrifies me already, but
We've been watching jiu-jitsu tutorials before bed as kind of like a hangout, and I think we need to stop doing that.
I think we should just read a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have Jiu-Jitsu University book.
Yeah, I've been thinking about getting...
share back and forth.
Yeah, well, I've been thinking about getting a book on my Kindle too. So,
I think that would be wiser because watching those videos lately, I've been like, it was great the first time through, and we were just out of having nothing to watch and not wanting to watch anything current events related.
Yeah.
It was like, we'll keep watching this, and it's like the second time through, I'm like, I feel like we could just go to bed or read something.
Yeah, I mean, like I probably will like come back to those videos from time to time because I do feel like the second time through I'm getting a little bit more of it.
Yeah, I want to watch the escapes, but
I tend to fall asleep during them, to be honest. But yeah, we're so new. There's so much learning to happen. We have years to pick up all the things. It's not like we have to watch it and then like retain all of it.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if I could put a link to the playlist in the show notes.
Yeah.
For people.
I think you could. It's great. I mean, I found it via Reddit.
Yeah.
So people like it. They share it. I mean, the guy, Rob Bernacki, he's very well known. And
Rory Van... I'm
something.
so sorry. Sorry, Rory.
Yeah.
You're great too.
Yeah. But I think it's like Rob's business, and he shows up on BJJ mental models quite a bit because
that's so funny. I said Ben Bernacki. It's Rob.
Rob? Yeah, Rob.
Yeah.
He's very, what would you say, like heady.
Yeah.
About jiu-jitsu. And so I think he like, I don't know what his like affiliation with them is, but I think he's just a guest often on their podcast and helps write articles and things like that for them. So he's not just like some rando dude who hasn't been vouched for. It's like a legit professor and educator.
Cool.
All right. Well,
I feel good about that.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. I mean, okay, let's end there. I love you, honey.
I love you too. Bye.
Okay. Remember,